Bridging dreams with action. That's an important statement. That's the opening theme for TEDxSeremban this year. The topic that I'll be sharing with all of you is an interesting one. It begins with a question. Which should the youth chase first? Especially when it comes to bridging their dreams with actions. Actions that we need to take despite not having all the time in the world. We continue to age. Despite the question posing, what should youth chase first? For our audience, ladies and gentlemen, who may not be described or defined as a youth anymore, I am a believer youth is not defined based on your age. It is defined based on how you feel inside. Am I right? Yeah. So we all can be young at heart. If you can agree with that, can I please invite you to give yourselves a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Now, just in case, what if there are still some of you who believe, Michael, I'm old. Just say I'm ola. Don't have to pretend I'm young. And that's fine. If you believe that you want to feel your generation, your age, there's nothing wrong with that. But perhaps this next few minutes, as I share some of these lessons with you, you could bring some of these lessons back to impact, inspire the future generation. Anyone here in this room have children? Can I see a show of hands? Kids? How about grandkids? How about mentees, students, people who look up to you, people whom you share your knowledge with? Anyone? Yes? There you are. So this is a special session for you. Again, reiterating the question for today, which should the youth choose first? I'd like to invite all of you to do something with me. Can I invite all of you to raise up your left hand, please? Ladies and gentlemen, left hand up. And I want you to hold it into a grip, just like this. And I want you to imagine this is money. This is what, my dear friends? Money. There you are. Put it right here. I want all of you to raise up your right hand right now. Grip it and say passion. And I want you to hold it like this. Both of them, like this. So on your left-hand side, you have money. On the right-hand side, you have passion. The question is, if you are still a youth, which would you choose? Which would you choose to pursue more and let go? If you are not a youth, but you have an advice to give to the youths, which one would you ask them to pursue? And which one would you let go? So we're going to do this at the count of 3. Remember, your left hand is money. Are you going to let go of money? Your right hand is passion. Are you going to let go of passion? You can only let go of one. All right? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's go. All right, I could see some of you are letting go of money. That's very nice. Some of you are letting go of passion. Okay, we respect that discipline. Some of you are not letting go at all. Can you have the best of both worlds? Well, we are going to see. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to TEDxSeremban. My name is Michael Teoh. Which should the youth choose? Is it money or is it passion? Here is my confession. I'm very grateful to have received publicities, people talking about my stories throughout my life. And I remembered 10 to 15 years ago, I have made my mark. I've closed my largest sales deal at the moment, valued at US dollars 12 million at the age of 21. I've had multiple streams of income at one time of my life. I've had 6 businesses at different industries, different verticals, different markets at one time in my life. Wow, was I happy. Truth be told, I felt incredible at that time. I felt untouchable. If one of my income sources is cut off, no worries. There are 5 more businesses to support my lifestyle. Things were great. Was I growing? I was growing. I was learning about different businesses. I was learning about different industries. I felt untouchable. Yet, as the years went on, 10 years ago, as the years went on, as I began to age, was I growing? Yes, I was growing, not only in age, but also in experience. But I realized, was I also just performing? I was running businesses that I had no passion in, but they paid me good money. And I thought with that good money, I would have more time to go on holidays. But what I realized, with that good money, I did not have time because I still had to run those businesses. And especially those businesses did not give me a fulfilling end to what I was doing. Sure, I was setting records. I had all the money in the world at that time, but I asked myself, was I really fulfilled? Or was I just putting on a mask? Did I just put on a charade to perform in front of customers in an industry, in a business that I did not even like? And this is what I realized as I looked at the horizon, staying at a 5-star hotel, upon running some of my businesses. I realized this lesson that I wish to share with all the youths here today, and to all of you non-youths who would like to give this advice to a young person. Chasing money can teach discipline. It can teach you strategy. It can definitely inflate your ambition. It will make you feel unstoppable. Important, as some people would say, for survival. But if your actions of chasing money is not built on purpose, be wary, be careful, my dear friends. It can become a trap. And how do you know you're in this trap? You wake up every day asking yourself, why am I still doing this? You wake up restless, asking yourself, how long can I do this? Or you wake up asking yourself, I'm just going to do this. In Bahasa we say, saya akan bertahan. I will just hang on. I'll wait for that big payout. Yet every day I live like an empty shell. That was a life I used to have. When I realized chasing money alone can be, if we are not careful, a hollow race. Let's look at another part of my life. Two extremes. You have the first part of my life where it was about chasing money. It was about having 6 different businesses, multiple streams of income, buzzwords that excites people. Yet there's another part of my life where I am volunteering across 22 countries around the world, hiking, trekking along the Canadian Rockies to actually measure the impact of global warming on the melting ice caps, heading all the way to Kenya to actually promote sustainable living, eco-tourism with the tribes in the Masai Mara, held advisory positions in global NGOs affiliated with the United Nations, led advocacy work with governments, even worked with some prime ministers before. Great achievement. Yet all this achievement pay no money. I felt fulfilled. I felt I was giving, I was doing something with my life. Yet every day when I come back, I look at my bank account and my wallet, I always ask this question: how long can I keep doing this? And is this the limit of my impact? It's all about giving, it's all about serving, and then I think about the money, but the reality would rain down on me every single night. How long can I keep doing this? One thing I've learned about being a volunteer, holding positions in NGOs, you can develop skills. It is your passion to serve people, and it is a noble effort. But if you don't learn how to convert that passion into value, into influence, into sustainability, you will end up becoming a matriarch. Definitely not a role model. Not a sustainable one, at least. Ladies and gentlemen, especially to the youths, this is my calling, this is my suggestion for you. So what can we do? We want to chase our passion, But if that passion doesn't bring us sustainable value, we will not last long. We will only breed dependency. So what can we do? This is what I realize. If you chase money, money without purpose becomes meaningless. You're living life like an empty shell. Purpose with no money becomes unsustainable because you are always worried, where am I going to get the next support? Who can I depend to? And if you need to depend on people all the time, that is not freedom. Can you really express your social contribution, what you really want to do? Hence why, over the years, I've made some sacrifices. I've closed down my businesses. I've said no to volunteer projects. I've said no to leadership positions on a global level for NGOs to balance myself again. And that was where I found out we can serve the world. But if we want to serve the world, if we want to serve our communities, how can we make it in a way where both our passion and our money, that sustainability, will chase us instead of us chase them? And this is a framework that I wish to recommend to all the youths. And for those of you giving advice and suggestion to the youths out there. Number one, yes, ask yourself this question. What do you like to do? What do you like to serve people in? That would be your passion. That's important. Yet, as you are serving people, ask yourself another question. In my service right now, what are the top 3 skills that I'm currently learning from my service that I believe could actually convert into real value? Money. Oftentimes, people volunteer hours, they volunteer years of their lives without asking themselves a question. What skills can I learn that I can share with people? What skills that I can learn that people would pay me for? They are reluctant to ask that question because it would make them feel they are insincere. But my dear friends, if you only serve with no sustainability, yet you are highly dependent on someone else giving you the direction, you may be sincere, but are your sponsors sincere? So why not build your own sustainability? Ask yourself, what is that service you would like to give, echoing your passion? Ask yourself, what skills can you learn? What competency can you build? Top 3 skills that you could learn from delivering that service from your passion. And then find value. Promote your value, money, to people. In the end, my dear friends, youths, the generations who have come before us, who continue to play an important role as a guiding light and mentors to the young. If you were asked by the youth, should I chase money or passion? This is my suggestion for you to say to them. Tell them this. Chase for service. From that service, your passion, ask yourself this question. What are the top 3 skills I could learn and be the best from that service? From that skill, ask them, where can you find a market? Where can you find a sponsor? Where can you find a revenue source? Where can you find a place where you could exchange your service, exchange your skill for value, for that money, so that your dream of impacting lives in whatever you do can indeed be kept alive. Bridging actions, bridging dreams with the right action. Focus on service, focus on skill, and be proud to promote your value. Thank you.